Hello, I'm Ben Casey. I'm part-time Professor of Visual Communication. I'm also Creative Director at a company called The Chase. Visual Communication is made up of 3 courses: Graphic Design, Creative Advertising and Illustration. The courses are related but different. Probably best described if you relate them to the 2 basic stages of the creative process, which is ideas and execution. The emphasis on creative advertising is weighted towards the conceptuals or the ideas part of the course. So if you wanted to develop conceptual creative skills through copywriting or art direction, this may well be the choice for you. On the other hand, if your talent and interest is more focused towards the craft skills and you have a natural ability to draw, then perhaps illustration is the course that you might consider. And graphic design is somewhere in between. It requires conceptual skills and with a certain amount of craft skills. Probably the best way to demonstrate the structure and progression of the course is through examples. So let's see what you'd actually be doing as a student. In Year 1 we deal with the subject, which is a series of creative exercises without the commercial constraints. We take all the individual tools of the trade and we put them into a creative exercise which requires some sort of idea. While they're working on these projects, which are conceptual by their nature, they also have the opportunity to work on their computer skills and more technical skills. In the second part of Year 1, the elements which have been treated separately begin to come together as larger, more complex projects. In Year 2, we turn our attention to the industry, putting everything into context, why everything has a reason for being, why they do what they do. So it's a deeper understanding of consumerism with an emphasis on brands, and we do that both in theory and in practice. At the end of Year 2, students have the opportunity to go out into industry, which is an important part of the course. Preston was the first sandwich course in the UK. So there's a lot of experience, a lot of contacts. It's a two-way street. It gave practitioners an opportunity to have a direct link with education. It's also got an employment record which is probably second to none, both in terms of the number of jobs, but also the quality of the jobs that graduates go into. In Year 3, the focus shifts towards the individual, the practitioner, if you like. Each student is given a certain amount of leeway to actually go in a direction that they want to pursue.
Of the many that I do have, I would have to say Accident's Grotesque because of its bold, contemporary form.
And of course the contextual studies programme, which is run throughout the course, reaches a conclusion by a final report, which is the more academic aspect of the course. And one way of gauging the success of a course is how well it does in national and international competitions. It's always punched above its weight in this area, right from the first UCLan ADF competition when Preston literally swept the board, and it's continued to be successful in all sorts of competitions that are now an important part of the academic calendar. The best compliment we've ever had for the course was from Alan Fletcher, who was widely regarded as the godfather of modern graphic design in this country. And he said in an article in one of the trade magazines that he'd nothing against Preston, but why shouldn't the best course in the country be in its capital city? At least we took it as a compliment.